Democrats. Today is Monday, July 12th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Monday. Alrighty, so just have a few things to talk about today. Feels like I haven't been here in forever, and I did go live on Friday. So every day I come, I'm going to try to talk about bills, elected officials, and elections. And so we're not in session right now. I'm probably mostly this summer going to talk about some of the interim studies that are going on. Those are where the legislators pick a topic and do extensive research. They talk to subject matter experts. They write a bill. They figure out what the bill is going to take. So I'll be talking about those all summer long. But today, I'm going to talk about voter protection, right? The integrity of our voter process, voter education, and what it takes to get to the ballot box and keep access to the ballot box. Just because this is a hot topic, the legislators in Texas are going to extreme measures as to going all the way around and leaving the state so they can't be compelled to show up and make sure that they have a quorum. I'm going to talk about, everybody's talking about Texas, right? I was listening to CNN, MSNBC, local stations. Everybody's talking about what's going on with voter protection in Texas. And so I'm going to encourage you all to pay attention, because the same thing is happening here. We just don't have a big enough quorum to affect change. They are trying to reduce how many days that we have to submit absentee ballots. We are right now, right as I'm talking to you, in the middle of the preparation for voter purge. So this is my time to step off and say, check your email, check your mailbox, and if the state election board has asked you to verify your address so you don't get kicked off of the voter rolls. And they purge a lot of voters every 2 years. Don't be purged. So we have the voter purge. While other states are trying to figure out how to automatically register folks to vote, we are trying to figure out how we can kick people off of our registry. We the people voted so that we could register to vote online a few years back. We're still not doing it because they haven't made it a priority. We have restrictive ID requirements. I was talking to some folks who work with our tribal communities here, and Oklahoma has some tribes that have addresses that are different from the norm. And so when they get ready to go vote, their addresses don't match what the address is in the book, and then they can't vote. So we have crazy restrictive voter ID laws, no online voter registration, voter purge. They're reducing the amount of days that we have to turn in our absentee ballots. So we're having the same thing happening here. Do not think that it is just a Texas issue, or that it is just something that's happening in Arizona or Georgia. It's happening right here in Oklahoma. So our elected officials, and I mean the ones on the other side of the aisle, are so busy trying to pick their voters and dictate to their voters, so they can do whatever they want to, that voter suppression is happening right under our nose. And not only is voter suppression happening, but they're also trying to manipulate it so that we can't participate in direct democracy, which is what a petition is. A petition is when the legislature doesn't address our issue, we address our own issues. Right now, we have a petition that's going on right now that they delayed the process in. And so it makes it super important. Yes, and we do have the shortest window. We start our early voting last of anyone in the nation. And so it's a much shorter window. But Joshua Harris Till reminds me about no on 816. So no on 816 is a veto referendum on a bill that was signed into law by our governor that says, if you run over a protester because you are afraid, and you think they're a riot, and by the way, in Oklahoma, it only takes 3 people to make a riot. But if you run over a protester, you won't be charged criminally, and you cannot be sued civilly in civil court. So we have a law that says you can run over protesters. And by the way, if the person who organized that protest, and let's say that people break stuff when they're running away from cars that are trying to run them over and they break stuff, if you're the organizer of that, you can be fined anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000. And they're charging it as under the RICO statutes, which is organized crime. There are also other horrible things about this bill, but one, they're trying to make you into a gangster, and two, you can run over protesters. So 816 is a perfect example of direct democracy that our legislature is trying to undo. We have got to show up every time we can, which is why I want to make sure that you guys totally understand what is happening at our Capitol, happening under our noses. It's not just a Texas issue. We have some very emergent things right now. One, they are trying to restrict our voting rights. Two, they're trying to restrict our right to peaceably assemble and our right of freedom of speech. We have to stay vigilant. Now, I know that Joshua Harris Till, and I keep mentioning his name because he is the one who is behind this ballot initiative. It's not one that's being run by the party, although he is active in the party. It's being run by this individual and his organization over here. I know that he's been delivering those petitions all over the state. Contact your county party, find out if they have a petition. If you're in Tulsa, I do know that they have the petition at the Tulsa County Democratic Party headquarters. If you're in Oklahoma City or close by, the ODP headquarters at 38th and Santa Fe, they have petitions. Get there and sign the petitions. Our window is closing on getting signatures, and we need 59,320 signatures. I hope I got that number right. 59,320 valid signatures. So if you're a registered voter and you haven't signed, you still have a little bit of time. They're trying to wrap everything up by August 20th. So if you haven't signed, sign now. Okay, so bills, voter protection, no on 816. Now, an elected official I'd like to highlight today. As if he needs help with promotion at all, I want to highlight Governor Kevin Stitt. And I say that he doesn't need help with his promotion because every 15 minutes this weekend, he was reminding people that he was speaking at CPAC on the, anti-wokeness panel. I don't know if they had him on the panel so that they can talk about cancel culture and how he's a participant, because he's trying to cancel the compacts. He's trying to cancel Medicaid expansion. He's trying to cancel so many things. Maybe that's why they had him on the panel, or he begged to be on the panel because he cannot wait to get on the national stage. I'm not sure. But once again, he was there on the national stage, embarrassing Oklahoma, and not even really focused on Oklahoma, which is his job. It's his job. So today I'm highlighting Governor Kevin Stitt. If you see him, if you're friends with him on Facebook, remind him that he's the governor of Oklahoma and we have issues that need to be solved here. And we would love it if he would focus on actually taking care of Oklahoma. All righty. So that's my elected official. Let's talk about elections. There are several communities all over Oklahoma who have elections tomorrow. Tomorrow, July 13th. If you didn't turn in your absentee ballot, if you're the kind of person who needs to go on the day of, that's great. Tomorrow is the day of between 7 and 7. Check your the Oklahoma State Election Board. Check your sample ballot. Be knowledgeable when you show up. So there are elections tomorrow. The next elections in the state are August 10th. So it's not too late to start boning up on that. And it's in different communities all over the state. They kind of stagger them. So know that. For those of you who are just listening to me and not reading the chat, if you know of something positive that the governor has done, and when I say positive, I don't mean updating our tourist facilities using CARES Act money. I don't mean sending back our funds to DC that we need to help our workers here. Fighting with the tribe doesn't count. If you can think of something positive that the governor has done, put it in the chat. A lot of us are kind of curious. All righty. So there's that. Reconvene July 31st. It is going to be a virtual, it's going to be a continuation of the virtual convention, but an in-person component. We are meeting in person at the Grand Casino in Shawnee, Potawatomi Casino in Shawnee. I hope to see you there. I miss gathering with Democrats. So that's July 31st. We're going to send out full details by Wednesday of this week. I think we've worked out all the stuff. I did a tour of the facility on Friday. I feel good about what we're doing. If you are still concerned, that you need to be at home, it is a hybrid convention, so you will still be able to participate. Now, I don't think he was nice to his dog. Sorry, don't think it. I can't believe it. I talk about Governor Kevin Stitt just because I was talking with our executive director, Scott Hamilton, today, and the Hamilton report this evening at 7:00 is focusing on Governor Stitt. And so it just ran through his greatest hits or greatest fits, ran through my brain. And so I wanted to highlight that. So join Scott this evening at 7:00 on the Hamilton report as he talks about the governor. I'm just going to say that as he talks about the governor. You guys have a great day. I will be back tomorrow at 4:15. Thanks for joining me, and sharing is caring.